Okay, so hi, I'm Charvi Krishnan. I worked with Razi and I got accepted into UPenn. So before I started getting ready for the college application process, I got a 35 composite score in my ACT. I maintained good grades throughout high school, got involved with my student governments, involved with both independent research as well as guided research under like PhD students. I worked on founding my own clubs and doing a lot of kind of self-initiated activities, including a lot of mentoring with younger students and joining organizations that allowed me to be really interactive with my community around me. I wouldn't say I was really like scared of anything. I mean, of course, other than like not getting into college, but even that to an extent, I was like, I'm gonna get in somewhere. I think frustration wise, I was very kind of, I guess, taken aback with how creative and honest the writing process had to be. So to suddenly have to switch gears and like be super narrative with how you write, I think that was like my bigger frustration because I'm not really as comfortable with that as opposed to say like an academic paper. Oh, I think okay, if I remember correctly, our first session, I actually did have a first draft, and it had to do with women's health, I think surface level, and it really did lack depth. But we did actually end up going back to one of my drafts before that one, which was miniature crafting. So I would say that the way in which changed kind of my own perspective, I would say that it got me to think about like miniature crafting, for example, since that's what I ended up writing about, as more layered than just like the act of miniature crafting because that wasn't just it, you know? And then I think what I really appreciated was that with every session, like it wasn't just like new pieces of advice and I forgot what was like last week. It really did build and I think that it changed how I write as a whole. Like I see it in my own writing in school. I would just say it made me a more nuanced writer in terms of how I incorporate feeling and narrative into my work. I think that Razi really helped me present myself as a stronger candidate, to colleges in my profile more implicitly than explicitly. I would actually say that th- because we did so much brainstorming, I think that I was better able to understand for myself what my narrative was in my application. And I think that was really important because it added like a layer of cohesiveness to everything I did after the UPenn application. In like all of the other applications that I completed and submitted, I personally felt like it was so put together because I completely understood what I was trying to portray. It also changed how I personally describe, like in my day to day life, what I've done, how I do it. I've had like an alumni meet, like Zoom meeting actually, and so even there, like the way that I described who I was, the activities I did, so different from how I probably would have done it in the past. So I think that was what I really got out of it.